Beloved 90s band Aqua once sang that life in plastic, it's fantastic. And if we can't trust Aqua, who can we trust? We'll introduce you to 10 people who believe that true happiness can only be found by filling your body with as much plastic as possible. Be sure to introduce your finger to the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get more content from the richest. Vinny O. Having gender reassignment surgery is one thing, but plastic surgery addict Vinny O is hoping to find a doctor who will perform gender unassignment. After spending over $60,000 on surgeries and other cosmetic procedures, Vinny claims that his next goal is to have his genitals removed so that he resembles a genderless alien. The operation would be a world first, and even top plastic surgeons aren't sure that it is even possible. Vinny lives in Los Angeles and claims that he grew tired of everything in his life being about sex appeal. He believes that aliens are genderless, and their sexless nature greatly appealed to him, kickstarting his transformation. Perhaps surprisingly, he has the support of his family and his manager, who are primarily just concerned about the potential for him to be bullied. After he manages to remove his genitals, he wants to have his nipples and belly button removed as well. To further enhance the alien aesthetic, Vinny also dyes his hair funky colors and wears large blackened contact lenses. Although he used to identify as gay, Vinny claims that people shouldn't be labeled, and he no longer believes that any apply to him. Pixee Fox. For most of us, being called a cartoon character would be an insult, but Pixee Fox considers it a compliment. Pixee estimates that she spent over $120,000 on her various surgeries at this point and doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. Perhaps her most shocking and noticeable surgery was the one in which she had 6 of her ribs removed. Sure, her internal organs are now in danger, but just look at that waistline. Pixee recently decided that colored contacts just weren't enough for her and spent $6,000 on surgery to change her eyes from blue to bright green. She underwent very rare surgery only performed for cosmetic purposes by about 8 doctors in the entire world. For most of her life, Pixee has been obsessed with cartoon characters and wants to mimic their exaggerated proportions. She hopes to have custom butt and hip implants at some point and would love to break the world record for the smallest waist, which is currently 15 inches. While she's paid for most of her procedures, Pixee claims that some have been paid for by her fans. There are many people out there following her transformation, and some of them even cite Pixee as an inspiration. Blondie Bennett. To many of us, the iconic Barbie is the pinnacle of beauty and fashion, at least when we were kids. Some human dolls like Valeria Lukinova and Alina Kovalevskaya rely primarily on makeup and costuming to get the look they want, but some spare no expense and head straight for the plastic surgeon's office. Blondie Bennett has always been obsessed with Barbie and has dedicated her life to transforming into everyone's favorite piece of plastic. But her obsession with Barbie is far more than just skin deep. Despite the fact that Barbie has been depicted as qualified in many professions, Blondie's version of Barbie is vapid and is only interested in shopping. To help enhance her doll-like image, she attends weekly hypnotherapy sessions designed to help her become more brainless. Let's face it, the fillers, spray tans, and clothes aren't that uncommon in today's society, so Blondie is really taking this to the next level. She claims that the hypnosis has caused her to become ditzy and constantly confused, and she's absolutely thrilled with these results. She claims that people have always thought that her Barbie obsession was a phase, but for her, it's a lifestyle. Adam Daniel. Looking like Barbie is one thing, but Adam Daniel was more interested in looking like the original Material Girl, Madonna. At this point, he spent over $75,000 on surgeries to resemble the Queen of Pop, but for him, it's a career investment. He makes his living as a Madonna impersonator and has performed in thousands of shows. He's had cheek implants as well as surgeries on his chin, brow, and jaw. He's also had his face injected with many fillers just to get his look absolutely perfect. For his wardrobe, he has a closet filled to the brim with replicas of Madonna's outfits and can recreate all of her various looks. Adam claims that his obsession with Madonna started when he was a teen struggling to come to terms with his sexuality. He felt like her lyrics spoke to him and he played her albums non-stop. While he has tons of fans who adore his look, his own family isn't quite so thrilled. His mother confesses that she regrets ever purchasing him his first Madonna album, but Adam has no plans to give up his obsession or his career as a Madonna impersonator. Thalia Almodovar. Kim Kardashian occasionally gets criticism for looking too fake in plastic, so Thalia Almodovar knew that the only way to resemble the star was to go under the knife herself. Thalia has spent almost $100,000 on plastic surgery and other treatments just to resemble Kim Kardashian. She claims that she loves the shape of Kim's body and isn't afraid to go under the knife to mimic it. Thalia is a trans woman who started off her transition with breast augmentation and butt implants. People she knew drew the comparison between Thalia and Kim, and Thalia decided decided to run with the idea. Her friends and family have been supportive and have even suggested that Thalia pursue a career as a Kim Kardashian lookalike. She says that she's considering it as she loves the special attention and treatment she gets when out and about because of her resemblance to the star. Besides Kim's iconic looks, Thalia also hopes to emulate her personality. She loves her confidence and her business savvy and considers being mistaken for Kim a huge honor. Trivia time! One extremely common and lucrative cosmetic procedure is Botox. We all know that Botox is a particular type of neurotoxin, but how exactly was it discovered? We'll tell you the answer at the end of our video. Monique Allen. At this point in the video, you might have noticed that the people who love plastic surgery claim that there is no end to the procedures they plan to get. Well, this is Monique Allen, who claims that her addiction to plastic surgery very nearly cost her her life. By her estimation, she's had 12 liters of dangerous silicone pumped into her body, starting when she was in her early 20s. She's had over 200 surgeries in total, so many that Monique claims she can't remember them all. All of that silicone she had injected into her refused to stay in place and migrated to different parts in her body, leaving her disabled. Monique is a trans woman and had gender reassignment surgery at the age of 22. After a few surgical enhancements, Monique started seeing unregulated and unscrupulous doctors who wouldn't think twice about filling her with even more plastic. During this period of her life, Monique describes herself as being obsessed and reckless as she got all the illegal silicone injections she could afford. Now she spent over $132,000 getting silicone removed and speaks out to others who are in the throes of a plastic surgery addiction. Despite being done with surgery, she claims that a part of her wishes she could go under the knife one more time for just one last nose job. Janet Horrocks. It's not unusual for children to resemble their parents, but Janet Horrocks spent $58,000 and filled her body with plastic just to look more like her daughter. In addition to her cosmetic procedures, Janet also gets regular injections of Botox and other fillers just to maintain the family resemblance. And at $660 a pop, that's some expensive maintenance. If you're wondering how her daughter Jane feels about it, well, you can probably just imagine how thrilled she is. Jane is vehemently anti-plastic surgery and fears that one day she will look older than her own mother. Janet claims that all of her surgeries and procedures have given her a great deal of confidence, but her daughter Jane is still resentful. She feels as if her mother's mimicry has robbed her of her own youth and claims that it seems greatly unfair. For a period of time, she even refused to go out in public with her own mother because she so resented the constant comparisons between her own looks and her mother's plastic appearance. Emma and Sarah Koppanen. While some people are desperate to differentiate themselves from their siblings and stand out, twins Emma and Sarah Koppanen have the opposite goal. They've made it their mission to resemble each other as much as possible and even get the same plastic surgeries and beauty treatments. Each day they eat the same food and complete the same workout routine at the gym to make sure that their bodies look exactly alike. The pair claim that they are addicted to plastic surgery and have no plans on stopping until they are absolutely perfect. Their upcoming procedures include rhinoplasty, dental veneers, and butt implants. For those of you with siblings, you probably feel smothered just thinking about spending that amount of time with your family members. But Emma and Sarah also live together and share a single wardrobe. They love the way that they look, but confess that most men don't feel the same way. The sisters are both currently single, although they say that a boyfriend is the one thing they wouldn't want to share. They claim that their goal is to be as artificial looking as possible, and we would say they are well on their way to achieving that goal. Victoria Wilde. Check out the remarkable transformation of Victoria Wilde from business school graduate to a model and promo girl pumped full of plastic. Victoria spent some time in the fashion industry before discovering plastic surgery at the age of 27. Once she had her first experience, she knew that she was hooked. In addition to loving her plastic aesthetic, Victoria claims that her transformation has been profitable for her as well. She now makes over $130,000 per year working in Latvia, France, and Italy. Considering that she spent about $40,000 on surgery, that seems like a pretty good return on her investment. In addition to cash, she also receives a lot more attention and says that her quality of life has improved dramatically. People may call her a bimbo or a Barbie, but Victoria says that they are underestimating her intelligence. She models her look after British idol Katie Price, but says that she believes she has far surpassed her in terms of beauty and plans to be more successful than her as well. She loves her physical transformation and isn't deterred by those who are put off by the amount of plastic in her appearance. Martina Big. Earlier in our video, we told you about Blondie Bennett, who wanted to be a human Barbie doll. Well, Martina Big has the same goal but went for a slightly different looking sort of Barbie. She started out her plastic surgeries with the goal of looking like Pamela Anderson or Katie Price, but decided that their bodies just weren't curvy enough. But having proportions like Barbie comes with a hefty price tag, and she spent over $66,000 so far trying to achieve her goal. We all know that Malibu Barbie is popular, and Martina wanted to emulate the classic look of tan skin and blonde hair. Sitting out in the sun or going for a spray tan just weren't enough, so Martina opted to get melanin injections to give herself a nice golden glow. Her boyfriend is incredibly supportive of her endeavor and has even had some tanning injections himself. He hopes that in the future Martina will enlarge her breasts, lips, and butt even further, but there are a couple of limits that Martina has when it comes to body modification. She says that her eye color and eyebrows are both natural and are going to stay that way. So how did we discover the neurotoxin that we now know today as Botox? In the 1820s, Dr. Justinus Kerner was puzzled about how dozens of people could have been poisoned by a batch of blood sausages. Upon closer examination, he found this particular toxin blended in with the meat. Dr. Kerner called it botulism, which comes from the Latin word for sausage. So what do you think? Have these people gone too far in their pursuit of perfection, or do you love the way they look? Tell us your thoughts in the comment section, and before you head off to scrutinize your own face in the mirror, be sure to like our video and subscribe to The Richest for more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.